Script: a relationship warning when comfort becomes a distraction. Opening hook: not every relationship that feels good is good for you. Some connections appear peaceful, supportive, even comforting. But according to this prophetic warning, one particular relationship may actually be working against your purpose. The message is directed toward people who see themselves as spiritually chosen, those who believe they have a calling or assignment from God. And the warning is simple: some relationships are not blessings, they are distractions. Section 1: the danger of comfortable connections. At first, the relationship may seem harmless. There is conversation, companionship, maybe even emotional support. But the message suggests that comfort can sometimes hide deeper misalignment. Instead of strengthening faith or purpose, the relationship slowly begins to drain energy and focus. Time that once went toward prayer, discipline, or personal growth begins to shift toward emotional dependence. The warning emphasizes that this type of connection can delay or even derail a person's spiritual assignment. Section 2: emotion versus assignment. One of the key lessons in the message is learning to distinguish between attraction and assignment. Attraction feeds emotion. It feels exciting, affirming, and sometimes addictive. But assignment, according to the message, is rooted in alignment with God's will. The difference often becomes clear through the fruit the relationship produces. If a connection begins to disrupt peace, weaken discipline, or distance someone from spiritual priorities, it may not be aligned with their purpose. True alignment, the message says, should strengthen faith, not slowly erode it. Section 3: relationship tests. Throughout Scripture, the message also points to patterns found throughout biblical history. Many major figures in Scripture faced significant relationship tests. These connections sometimes appeared harmless at first, but later proved to be pivotal moments that shaped the direction of their lives. Relationships can function as gateways. Some accelerate a person's destiny. Others create detours that lead away from it. Because of this, the message encourages believers to approach relationships with discernment rather than emotion alone. Section 4: a warning as protection. According to the speaker, this message itself may represent a form of divine intervention. The warning suggests that God sometimes reveals misaligned relationships before serious damage occurs. However, acting on that warning may require difficult choices. Stepping away from a relationship that feels comfortable can bring temporary emotional pain. But the message frames that decision as an act of obedience, one that protects a person's calling and long-term purpose. In this perspective, what feels like loss may actually be protection. Section 5: breaking unhealthy soul ties. The message also introduces the concept of unhealthy soul ties. In some spiritual teachings, a soul tie refers to a deep emotional or spiritual connection formed through close relationships. While some soul ties are healthy, such as those formed in loving families or marriages, others can become unhealthy attachments that drain emotional and spiritual strength. The prayer segment of the message focuses on breaking these unhealthy bonds. The goal is to restore clarity, freedom, and spiritual focus. For the speaker, this process allows individuals to reclaim their authority and move forward in alignment with Jesus Christ. Closing reflection. Relationships are among the most powerful influences in any person's life. They shape decisions, emotions, and sometimes even destiny. This message encourages viewers to pause and examine the connections in their lives. Do those relationships bring peace, clarity, and growth? Or do they create confusion, distraction, and emotional exhaustion? Because sometimes the most loving thing a person can do for their future is walk away from what feels comfortable today.